Hello everybody, the UofCWildcat here, and I'm bringing you a commentary today. And if you were live following on my channel, you saw a deck lag come in probably around 2 a.m. I'm recording this now at about 9:30 at night, the night before. But I wanted this to come out on Tuesday. I'm trying to hold to my schedule, but I'm bringing you a gameplay commentary as we have a red Ruthless 17 against Matt Combs' orange Roshi deck. And this, I did the deck lab. If you watch that, you kind of see what I'm going for and like what's the big thing that I want to happen out of this deck. So he opens up and he sets up his discard pile as most Ruthless decks do. I throw VTP out. Pretty good card, and I actually have in my hand Orange Charge, so I get to keep that. I rejuvenate Energy Catch, so I have a piece to the combo. I don't have the Defiant and the Defiant or a Backstrike to try and run them out of actions, but I do have the Charge, which with the Ruthless deck, they kind of like to play into your hands, as in they like to try and throw all these attacks, beat you down, and then I can just wait and sit back, and once I feel like he's exhausted his options, or I can set it up so that I can try and stay alive on those options, I can roll out a final charge and set up that loop. Another thing I want to say, the deck, I was playing it before the errata, so you will see that when I do get a chance to set up with the loop at the end, I don't have another styled attack, so you may be saying, oh, you're cheating, that's against the rules, but this is before the errata, unfortunately. So he decides to enter on me here. Finally, we get an enter combat, and he stare downs. And to his credit, he is a brand new player. He didn't even know. You'll see later in the game, he didn't know how to use the attack table at a point. So I felt really bad, of course, at that point. But it was a great way to show you how the combo went. But he stare downs and gets rid of choke, which is pretty big. That's like a double whammy for him, because now I see he doesn't have a physical block, and he doesn't understand charge. So I'm going to be able to get that off and set it up. So that's really bad for him. So I just decide to pass, and he decides to use Android 17's power. And this is where he, tries to learn the attack table, trying to understand it. So I sit there and I explain it to him how I'm in A, he's in D. So basically he looks over in his D bracket and comes over where I am at it. But yeah, as of right now, I'm feeling so in control that it's not even close. He's looking at his attack table, rolling out 17. He's eventually going to be doing 5 stages on me. I also want to highlight, while we're doing this attack table thing, I didn't use it a lot, but this Ruby mat that I'm playing with, I love that. Rooster Teeth's Ruby. It's a show that I enjoy. It's not the best of shows, I'm not going to lie. The animation's pretty bad for like an anime type show, but I really enjoy it. So first time actually getting this mat in a local, and I liked it. It was a nice setup. But he cracks the van, he gets Android 20, and that's where I realize I'm going to be taking a decent amount of damage, because I have a quick dodge in my hand, so I've got 1 physical block, and I've got an energy block as well. So I'll be okay at that point. Basically the goal is to run him down to 2 cards in hand and roll out a charge to try and set up my deck. But he's still got 1 more in hand, so I want to wait on that. So I think I pass here again, waiting for him to throw out another action, because I don't think I want to throw the charge out just yet. So he decides to heel kick. He doesn't have the extra anger to raise lower, which is kind of upsetting as well, because he could have gotten another attack, but there wasn't even another attack to get to, so he rolled that out probably a little bit too early. So he throws this, and it's going to be doing, with me in A again, it's going to be doing 6 stages. And now I can't endure either with Android 20. Oh, this is going to do even more because it's actually Ruthless as well, so it's actually going to be doing 8 stages total, so I'm going to have to take 6 off the top and get crit, but I don't have any anger as well, so it's not that big of a deal. 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, ball goes to the bottom, another ball goes to the bottom, and another ball goes to the bottom, 4, 5, oh, and last one. Okay, so I still have 2 charges in the deck, so I'm still going to be able to do a lot of damage there. At this point, I'm sitting back. I think I pass 1 more time, because if he has 2 physicals, I can save him for the last physical. But if he has physical and energy, I'm covered both ways. But he's actually going to now use the Mastery and reveal. But again, he doesn't have another physical card to go get. So unfortunately, that's bad for him. But I use Quick Dodge. I gain 5 stages, and I would be preventing a stage, but actually 20 stops that interaction with Quick Dodge, which is pretty bad right there. It's a little upsetting, but it's okay. So I'm sitting here, and I decide it's time to charge. He's got one card in hand, so he's pretty much out of actions, and he showed he didn't have a physical block, so as I grab my deck, I'm assuming that he doesn't. So I'm like, okay, charge for 2 stages. And he's sitting there, and he's like, oh, okay, well, at the beginning of the local, one of our locals actually was like explaining the deck to people. So I think some people knew about it, so he may have had an inkling, but being a newer player, I don't think he really understood it. So there we go. I grabbed charge, and I think that's only 8 reveals that I had there. So I get my charge, discard that one, I put that into my hand. At this point, if he runs a physical at me, I'm happy about that because I don't really care. But he's got an energy in hand, which is really, really bad because I can just stop it with my orange energy absorption and go to full. So yeah, he's pitching the energy just to see if it'll work. Pays his stage here. I actually don't know what Red Rage does because I don't even play the card. But yeah, I get to go all the way up to full. So now I'm full stages. He's about to get hit with like 8 charges in a row to have like nothing left in his deck, and I'm going to be able to set up. So I charge again, and this one's actually coming across for 10 stages total. And that's what I'm trying to explain to him right there. So he's going to be taking 4 life cards off the top. Yeah, because with the mastery, that's what I'm pointing out right here. So that's what he's looking at right now. So 1, 2, it might have been less than that, but I decided here to use the hit effect of Orange Charge to go grab a drill, and I actually did this in the wrong order. I should have rejuvened, or this one's fine because I put it at the bottom. It's not my last one, so it's not at the very bottom of my deck, but there will be a charge at the bottom of my deck, so I will get a guaranteed 10 and another charge. But there I go, and there's the Joint Restraint where I'm going to be throwing so much damage his way. And he kind of realizes at this point, you can see he's a little bit frustrated at the fact that this combo is getting off on him. And it's not anything like he's done anything wrong, it's just his deck wasn't suited up for it. And if he would have realized he needed to keep a physical block in hand, he could have gotten, and on top of that, he could have stare downed the orange charge to begin with, and it would have messed everything up. So I charge again, and this one's actually coming across for a good amount. So I throw this one, and it's not getting one, so I'm just like, okay, I keep forgetting that I can't just like look through my deck. I'm trying to speed up the process because he's agitated, and I don't want to make a new player super upset. Because when it first came out, it was really, really strong, and I don't think he understand how bad he was going to get destroyed with this attack combo. Because there's just nothing he can do at this point. So I finally find the charge. Everything else is going to go to the bottom. And I'm actually going to get another charge off, which is insane. So then he passes, or no, I run this charge out, and now it's going to be doing 10, 11, 12, 14 total stages. And I remind him that he can take some stages off of 20 so that he doesn't have to take just straight 14. Because again, I'm trying my best with a new player, that with a deck that's pretty gross, to just try and like show him some pointers as we go through the deck. So he's taking all of this damage, and next I'm going to be able to hit the last orange charge and then reveal my deck, which is insane, and that's what the deck can do when it does this damage combo into setting up the Dragon Balls. Yeah, I do the reveal effect here, and I'm eventually going to hit the orange charge again, and there we go. I think that was only 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That one was 8, 9. So the next one's going to be doing 10, 13 stages. Oh, and my deck's actually backwards for some reason, so I'm trying to fix that. And then, you know, he takes another 13 stages here. And I explained to him, I have no more styled cards in my deck, so this initiates the combo. And I'm just going to pull out the balls and pull out the entire combo pieces. And this is where he's a little concerned. He's like, I don't know what you're doing. And I'm like, okay, there's no more styled cards in my deck. So I basically just get to rearrange the entire deck. And this is where he kind of is like, oh, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, he grabs the card and he's reading it. And again, I feel really bad because at a local, this is probably not the deck you want to bring. Because at locals, you'll get some people who are, you know, just kind of learning the game. And I felt bad. I didn't want to play anybody who was just playing the game. Usually we have a bunch of people who have been playing the game for a long, long time. And it just so happened that we had like 3 new people come in and want to play. So I set up the don't cares balls, the slumber, and then the ball 3, random ball, ball 5, last 2 balls, and then the sphere time. And I was telling him I don't really care about that. I show him exactly how I want to set up the cards right here, as we've got the Dragon Balls, and then the 2 spheres and the time. And he's sitting there, he's like, okay. I don't think at this point, I don't even think he realizes that I'm going to like shut him out of a combat too. So at this point, I pass, he passes, and I'm like, okay, it's my turn. So I draw my 3, play the slumber, double ball, and then I pass, retrieve the charge. And what's crazy is if something came up, I could visiting the pass for a charge and run another charge out and set up a really sick hand as well. But, you know, he's sitting there and he realizes he's got to enter, which is also pretty insane. So I'm ready for the slumber at this point. So I'm like, okay, I'll Roshi slumber. I get a look at the top 10 cards of my life deck. He still has to master here as well, if he wants to. So I'm going to slumber. Look at the top 10 cards of my life deck. And then I get a banish 3, which is really good. And I don't even think the top 3 matters. I think I can just banish the alright, I can banish the top 3 of his discard pile. It doesn't really matter which 3 I choose. I put the sphere and stuff on top. Slumber's gone. I banish whatever cards. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. I just literally look at him like, okay, top 3 is fine. Looking at it a little longer than it should matter. But yeah, I'm like, okay. I leave time on top so that if something happens, he's got a non-styled card on top of his discard pile. So I draw my 3. And he's going to throw an attack. I forget what attack he uses. 17's power. And I'm like, okay, time. And he's like, okay. I don't even think he understood what time was. Because I was like, stop all attacks. He's like, oh, okay. So he realizes that at this point he's locked out of the combat. And this is actually really bad too. Because the game's going to drag on a little bit here. Because he's just going to throw a bunch of stuff to gain anger. And I think he's like, maybe I can try an MPPV off of this, and unfortunately he doesn't have enough to get there as well. So I just sit here and I'm passing, waiting for the turn to end. I'm telling him he can do whatever he wants to do. So he's like, alright, I'll gain an anger off of this. And then he masteries, gains another anger. Plays this one again. And oh yeah, I remember I told him that he forgot to use the van, and I don't know why he was super excited about the van. But I didn't want to be like, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you get the van. So I was like, you can go grab the van if you want. And he's like, yeah, I want to grab the van. So he played that, and then he's going to play the van to go get 20. Alright, mule kicks to level. I think he actually snuck in an extra anger right there as well, which is kind of funny, but again, it didn't really matter after I've timed at this point. He'll van for 20, and then it'll go to my turn, and I'll just go and buy Dragon Ball. So yeah, he's just finishing up his extra actions. The video has dragged on a little bit, because at this point, he's just looking for whatever he can grab. So he's got 20, and then I pass. He's 17 powers, I think, here. No, he just passes as well. And this will be the game where or the end of the game where I just place the balls. So I play ball 5 first. In the video I talked about, I said ball 3. It doesn't really matter. But ball 5 gets you an extra draw, so just in case you need something else and you don't have another card in hand, ball 5 is the one that you'll do. Throw those 2 cards at the bottom. Play ball 2. Play ball 4. And then I play ball 7 again. And that'll do it. And yeah, again, frustration showing at this point. Eventually, though, I show him the combo as well. And it's a cool game. But yeah, that's basically that's the best that the combo can roll out. Sometimes if the opponent knows, they'll probably stall out. But combo's pretty cool right there. Best way to get the combo is with that. Charge is super, super strong. And again, pre-errata. But deck's really good. I enjoy it. But thank you guys so much for tuning into the video. If you like it, leave a like rating. Sorry that it dragged on a little bit more. But, you know, that's what's going to happen when you get a newer player and they don't realize that the end's there. So I just wanted to be as nice as I could to show them that, you know, the game really doesn't matter. Or the game's just for fun, and show them right here as I'm doing how the combo works. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is the UFC Wildcat, signing out.